Let me ask you something uncomfortable. When was the last time you truly suffered? Not the minor annoyances of daily life, traffic, emails, or spilled coffee. I'm talking about the kind of suffering that keeps you awake at night. The kind that makes you question who you are and what your life even means. If your answer is, "It's been a while," then I want you to pause, because this is not necessarily a good thing. You see, comfort is seductive. It wraps around you like a warm blanket. It whispers, "Stay here. Don't risk. Don't fail. Don't hurt." But comfort has a secret cost. The more you listen to it, the more you shrink. You may not notice it at first. After all, life still feels pleasant. But slowly, piece by piece, the fire inside you dies. Friedrich Nietzsche understood this with terrifying clarity. He saw that comfort is not the goal of life, it is the enemy of growth. Look around you. Entire industries are built on the promise of eliminating discomfort. Instant food, instant entertainment, instant gratification. Life has never been easier, and yet anxiety, depression, and a quiet sense of emptiness have never been more widespread. Why? Because a life too free of friction is a life stripped of meaning. Nietzsche called it the last man, the figure who seeks nothing but safety, comfort, and pleasure. He is the one who avoids risk, avoids pain, avoids responsibility. He doesn't want to climb mountains. He wants a soft couch and a screen to stare at. And yet, don't we all recognize pieces of ourselves in this? We chase security in jobs that bore us. We numb ourselves with endless scrolling. We tell ourselves we'll pursue our dreams later when the timing is right. But later is just comfort's favorite lie. Nietzsche's philosophy can sound brutal at first glance. He praises suffering, hardship, even tragedy. He writes, "What does not kill me makes me stronger." But Nietzsche wasn't glorifying pain for its own sake. He understood something deeper, that suffering is the soil in which greatness grows. Think of the blacksmith forging a sword. The steel must endure fire and hammer blows again and again until it becomes sharp and unbreakable. Without this violent process, it remains dull metal. Now ask yourself, what would you be if you had never struggled? If you had never failed, never been rejected, never been broken? You would be softer, weaker, untested. The moments you hated most, the ones you prayed would end, those are the moments that shaped you. Psychology confirms what Nietzsche intuited. Post-traumatic growth is a well-documented phenomenon. People who endure deep crises often emerge more resilient, more grateful, more alive. It's as if suffering burns away the trivial, leaving only what truly matters. But here's the catch. Most of us spend our lives running from the very thing that could transform us. We avoid discomfort like it's poison. We avoid confrontation, so our relationships stagnate. We avoid risk, so our dreams remain fantasies. We avoid silence, so our thoughts never deepen. And avoidance breeds its own kind of suffering, a quieter, more insidious kind. It's the ache of unrealized potential, the slow decay of knowing you could be more, but aren't. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, the German theologian executed by the Nazis, once said, "Comfort is the mortal enemy of courage." He lived his words. He could have remained safe in America during the war, but he chose to return to Germany, to resist Hitler, to suffer imprisonment and death. His life and his death were proof that meaning is found not in comfort but in sacrifice. So what if instead of avoiding struggle, we treated it as a compass? What if the very thing you fear is the doorway you must walk through? Think of Plato's allegory of the cave. The prisoners live chained in darkness, staring at shadows on the wall. It's comfortable, familiar, safe. But it's also a lie. To break free is to face blinding light, confusion, pain. And yet, it's the only path to truth. Your comfort zone is your cave. The shadows are the easy distractions, the half-lived routines. And the struggle you avoid, that's the path upward. This doesn't mean seeking suffering recklessly. It means recognizing that whenever life confronts you with hardship, you are being offered a chance to grow. It means leaning into fear instead of retreating. It means treating discomfort not as an obstacle, but as a teacher. Here's the paradox. The life you secretly long for, the one filled with meaning, depth, and vitality, cannot be reached by chasing comfort. It is only reached by embracing its opposite. Machiavelli wrote that fortune favors the bold. But boldness is never born in ease. It is forged in risk. The heroes of history did not emerge from padded rooms. They emerged from conflict, struggle, and danger. Think of Gandhi, who faced prison and beatings. Think of Martin Luther King Jr., who faced constant threats. Think of Nietzsche himself, who battled illness, loneliness, and despair. Their greatness was not in spite of suffering, it was through it. And so the question is not, how do I make my life easier? The question is, what struggle am I willing to endure? Imagine two lives. The first is smooth, predictable, free of pain. A life where nothing is risked and nothing is lost. At the end, you look back and realize you never left the shallow waters. The second life is turbulent. It is marked by failures, heartbreaks, and nights of doubt. But it is also marked by victories, growth, and depth. At the end, you look back and realize you lived fully, fiercely, dangerously alive. Which life would you choose? The truth is, you are choosing every day. Each decision, whether to step forward into discomfort or to retreat into safety, shapes which path you walk. Nietzsche urged us, become who you are. Not who society tells you to be, not who comfort allows you to be, who you truly are beneath the fear. But becoming is not passive. It demands struggle. It demands breaking old skins. It demands standing at the edge of the unknown and stepping anyway. Every fear you avoid is a piece of yourself you refuse to claim. Every challenge you accept is a step toward wholeness. And here's the uncomfortable truth. You will suffer, whether you choose comfort or struggle. But only one kind of suffering leads to growth. Picture yourself at the end of your life, lying in bed, the final curtain drawing near. What will haunt you more, the pain you endured or the risks you never took? Most people don't regret their failures. They regret their timidity. They regret the safe paths, the unspoken words, the unlived dreams. Nietzsche warned us, the greatest danger is not pain, but mediocrity, the slow suffocation of a soul that never dared. So maybe the real question is not, how do I avoid struggle? But rather, how much struggle can I embrace for the sake of becoming alive? So here's my invitation to you. Step out. Not recklessly, but courageously. Seek the edge of your comfort zone and walk a little past it. Enter the fire, enter the storm, enter the unknown. Because struggle is not your enemy. It is your initiation. Nietzsche, Plato, Bonhoeffer, they all knew the path of meaning is paved with difficulty. And if you can learn to embrace it, to welcome the weight instead of resisting it, then life itself begins to transform. Your suffering is not meaningless. It is your sculptor. It is shaping you into someone you have not yet dared to be. So the next time life confronts you with struggle, remember this. It is not there to break you. It is there to make you. And maybe, just maybe, your comfort zone is not where you're safe. It's where you slowly die. The real life you seek, it begins where comfort ends.